Hey everybody, I just got finished building this light space carrier and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a tour and then we'll crash it. So this took me about a day to build, and currently weapons are not functional in the game, so there's a few stand-ins. Like I built these turret looking things. They're not fancy because, again, they're just stand-ins for when they add functional weapons to the game in the future. Hopefully I'll be placing turrets there at some point. These black pads on here are just marking spots to do two things. One, they provide a visual indicator of where to land. I need to fix the paint there. And two, if you're trying to land there and you mess it up, then it's easy to replace those blocks. They're all just, they are detailing blocks. So they're easy replacement if you land too hard. Alright, let's go inside the ship. We'll start down here at the base of the ship. If the ship was landed somewhere, ideally this is where you would board. Doors are not yet functional, but once they become functional, that'll be great. Alright, inside the ship we have two separate reactors. I'm sure at some point reactors will put out a certain amount of energy. Currently in alpha, a single reactor can power this entire ship regardless of size. I don't think that's going to stay that way. So right here we have a secondary control room that can be used if the bridge is destroyed. That was weird. For some reason it wouldn't let me change my camera view. So I'm not completely finished with this ship yet, and I will be updating it and submitting it to the workshop once the workshop becomes available. Here are crew quarters over here. And I think up here, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to add. There's room to add things because in the future they are going to probably add furniture and decorations and such, and I'd like to take advantage of that. This is supposed to be a little supply room. This would be a maintenance bay. Here we have another entrance to the lower deck. And here's the captain's quarters. I haven't actually painted a lot of his furniture yet, but again, this is all just stand-in for when the devs end up adding real furniture. I hear something clanking around, so I'm wondering if there's some damage to the ship already. These here would be officers' quarters. So we have 4 officers' quarters, a captain's quarters, and then we have, I don't remember because I counted earlier, I think 18 bunks for crew. And then we also have a med bay over there. Over that way, in the nose of the ship. Alright, here we are on deck. If you'll notice, everything is reseated. This is to provide a little bit of cover to crew and starships, but there are also landing pads raised up. That just increases the number of craft you can have landed on the vessel. So as you can see, these craft are landed here in a way that they can rapidly take off. I'll demonstrate. And here you could engage targets. Obviously, with more practice, that would look a lot more professional. But that was, to be honest with you, that was my first time trying to do it in real speed. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to activate the gyros. Did I? Gyroscope. I did not, but there is an antenna. Or excuse me, a spotlight that I did not activate. So the gyroscopes, when they are parked on the carrier, I have them disabled, and at some point in the future I'll test them, but as of right now I don't know how that's going to affect the overall carrier while it is moving, if there are subships attached to it that have their gyroscopes activated. Here's the front of the ship. At some point where you see this light right here, I'm hoping they will add large weapons to the game, like maybe a large laser or something like that. And it'd be kind of cool if the ship could have some sort of massive weapon, but for now it's sort of just a ramrod, that and that antenna for if I decide to ram something. Here we have the bridge, and the ship is functional, and it is actually, the handling is incredible on it. So let's fly it around. Oh wow, I did not expect that. Alright. So those two ships that I had on board, I guess their their link to the ship broke and they just flew off. Interesting. So as you can see, this is actually my first time testing the ship live. I built it and then I tested it in phases where I just flew the ship around without other ships attached. So these small little drone looking things, they've got the little boots on the bottom that will allow them to attach to larger vessels. However, these ones, it appears that they broke off as I increased in speed. So we will see as I increase in speed if these ones break off, or if we run into something first. But as you can see, there's still progress to be made on the ship, and I may do more detailing. I'll definitely be adding more furniture to the ship and just refining it over time. So it's definitely not its final form. But as soon as the Steam Workshop is available to the public, I'll add it on there. Alright, let's go ahead and ram it into the blue ship, see what happens. Whoops, got my aim off. Was aiming at the red ship. Think I was. I don't know. It's a little hard with it offset to tell where it's gonna go. That looks about right. I'd like to hit it on the right on the neck of the ship, right on the bridge. We will see what happens. Just nicked it. See the damage to our own ship. Alright, so that took out several of our engines. Oh wow. That's pretty cool. Wow, so the captain's quarters are destroyed. Let's see what's down below. The one of the reactors is on fire. The other reactor appears fine over here. Crew quarters is fine. Med bay is fine. That's some sort of debris. Oh wow, and you know what? I bet you that was what was clanging around earlier, and maybe that's what caused this. Was I had a ship in here that probably was not properly secured. Interesting. Alright, let's hit it again. Yeah, I definitely have debris floating around inside the ship that's causing even more damage. Let's try and hit it with more of the bulk of the ship. All right. Alright, we have lost all rearward thrust. Might have to hit it from a different angle. See how much destruction we can cause. Just body slam it. And I completely missed. Where'd it go? Oh, no, I didn't. Cool, cool, cool. Just took a lot longer to impact than I expected. So surprisingly, the damage on this other ship is not all that crazy. But I did build my ship out of light armor blocks. And I think that other ship is built out of heavy armor blocks, if I'm not mistaken.